high-paying project management jobs that aren't titled project managers. My name is Ituno, and I'm the founder of the Work Smart and More YouTube channel, and I'm here to explain the 9 high-paying project management jobs that are not called project managers. If you are in the project management space, or probably even have a PMP, this is for you. If you think project management is just about being a project manager, think again. You might be wrong. There are high-paying, fast recruiting project management jobs that don't require you to be a project manager, and some of them pay 6 figures. Okay. Now, the Project Management Institute PMI estimates that by 2030 there will be over 25 million new project management oriented jobs opening worldwide. Huge. So today I'm revealing 9 of them, 9 of the high-paying project management jobs that you can land without being a project manager. If you're interested in leadership, organization, finances, or making things happen, this video is for you. The first one, project control specialist. This is dear to me because I am a project control specialist, and we earn, a project control specialist can earn between $90,000 to $150,000 a year, dependent on the organization you're working with, even higher. Okay, so this is one of the most important roles in project management, project control specialist. What do they do, you ask me? A project control specialist is responsible for keeping major projects on schedule and on budget by monitoring progress and forecasting potential delay. Now, this role is very, very valuable because every large project from construction to tech requires scheduling expertise, okay? Delays could cost company millions, so they pay big for experts who can prevent those delays. If you want an edge with your PMP certification, you can also write the PMI Scheduling Professional certification. Or if you want to work in the Middle East, you can write the PSP, Project Scheduling Professional certification. But without these 2 certifications, with just your PMP, you can get into the industry. You can work in construction and infrastructure. Some of those companies include Flour, Turner, construction, all right? You can work there. You can work in energy and oil sector, ExxonMobil, Shell, you can work there. If you love planning, this is a high-paying career for you. The next one I want to talk about is the cost controller. A cost controller could earn between $85,000 to $140,000 per year. What happens when your projects begin to overspend? This is where you have the cost controller to prevent you spending beyond the budgets. So what do? They track project budgets, they forecast expenses, and ensure that there's financial efficiency in your project. Now, one of the reasons why this role is very critical is because cost overruns can kill projects. So companies need somebody to control costs. You can find this role in construction sector, oil and gas sector, manufacturing sector. And some of the companies that employ include big companies like Chevron, Schlumberger, Total Energies, tech and manufacturing organizations also employ like Apple, Tesla, Boeing, and the likes. The third one is the earn value management specialist. They earn between 100K to 150K per year. EVM specialist. Now, what do? Their job is to track how much work is completed versus how much money is spent using EVM metrics. Some of these EVM metrics I know personally because as a scheduling professional, you should have a knowledge of EVM. Some of those EVM is cost performance index, CPI, schedule performance index. They want to know, are we over budget or under budget? Are we ahead of schedule or behind schedule? Very important. EVM, they use a lot of formulas to calculate EVM metrics to know this. So if you love math, you love a bit of calculation, EVM specialists are highly sought after. You can work in different sectors, defense and aerospace. Now, some of the companies you can work with include Lockheed Martin, Ellis Dunn, this is a construction company, Raytheon, Boeing is also in aerospace and defense. You can search for these companies. I would advise you, if you're applying for any of these jobs, don't apply on LinkedIn or Indeed. Go to these companies' websites and apply through their career pages. They will call you for interview, especially if you have your certifications and you have your belief that you will get the job. If you're finding this helpful, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Click the link, subscribe, and I'm going to number 4. Number 4 high-paying job are risk managers. They earn between $100,000 to $170,000 per year. They're also project management professional. Now, what happens when companies need somebody to predict the future, predict the risk before they happen? That's where the risk managers come in. They are like future tellers, fortune tellers. They see what's going to go wrong. They identify financial, legal, operational risk that could impact a project. They are not just nice to have, they are must-haves on your project. So this role is very essential because a badly managed project can cost companies billions. With your PMP certification, if you want to get ahead, you can also write PMI-RMP Risk Management Professional Certification, and you can work in different sectors: banking, tech, construction, oil and gas. Companies like Amazon, Google, TD Bank, Scotiabank, you can work there. These are very highly sought after role. The 5th job I want to talk about are the document controllers. They earn between $80,000 to $130,000 per year. Could you believe it? They are highly underrated or very important. Document controllers, what do? Now, every big project involves mountains of contracts, mountains of blueprints, regulatory reports, and compliance documents. The work of a document controller is to ensure that critical documents are stored, they are managed, and easily accessible to prevent costly mistakes. Document controllers are needed. Why is this job very valuable? Now, misplacing documents can cause legal and financial disasters. All right, so companies need experts who can keep project files organized and compliant. There are a couple of tools that are used. In the organization I work, we use what we call the Oracle Unifier. The document controllers use the Oracle Unifier to make sure that these documents are well kept. So you know how to use it, all right, or you can learn how to use it, can be a document controller. You can even advance from there to become one of the job I'll be talking about in this video. Number 6, you could even become a planning engineer. A planning engineer, just very similar to a project scheduler, okay? They earn between 90 to, $160K a year or even more. Now, a planning engineer works essentially to plan the project. Imagine a company is building a massive structure, power plant, or maybe a high-speed railway system. Every step must be planned months or even years in advance. So planning engineers use tools, scheduling tools like Primavera P6, Microsoft Project, or Oracle Primavera Cloud to create roadmaps that keeps projects on track. I'm a planning engineer also because I know how to use these tools very efficiently. To put the icing on the cake, you can even learn what I call Oracle Unifier that links Primavera P6 to Unifier or OPC to Unifier, making you highly sought after, highly in demand. Governments and corporations are looking for these individuals to help plan their infrastructure projects. All right, they are looking for these individuals to prevent delays that can bring high cost implications to their project. Now, the role has international opportunities in North America, in Dubai, in UAE, in Oman, different places where constructions are going on. You can write the PMI-SP scheduling professional if you just want to stay in North America, but you want to go to Oman and Middle East, you can write the PSP, is more globally recognized. Okay, PMI-SP recognized in North America. You can add that to your PMP, but you don't need all this even to get in. With your PMP, you can get in, or with that experience, you can get. 7th one is construction engineers, and they can earn between $100,000 to $180,000 per year. So much money in the project management field. Now, what do? Construction managers oversee everything happening on site. They manage teams and they ensure safety and they solve problems as they arise. They're like the eye of the organization on site. They are the ones making sure the project is built on time and meets the quality standards that has been outlined in the project plan. Now, this career is very high-paying because large-scale projects need experienced managers to keep things running smoothly. Any delay in construction can lead to massive financial losses, so companies pay well to avoid them. Company also wants to make sure that all requirements are met, all the materials procured are standardized, and the construction manager makes sure that they are installed rightly. The role is growing fast due to the global real estate boom and infrastructure projects going on in the world. So many constructions, so many projects. They need you. If you want an edge, you can write the PMI Construction Professional in Environmental Project. It's perfect if you want to prove your expertise in managing large-scale projects. Remember, you can work with construction companies, PCL Construction, Leadcore, so many construction companies. You can work with government infrastructure. You can work in oil and gas, refineries and the likes. Anywhere they are building something, you're relevant and you will be paid for it. Number 8, contract administrator. The contract administrator get paid between $85,000 to $140,000 per year. This career blends a bit of law, business, and project management. Now, what do? Every project, whether it is a massive construction site, IT project, or government initiative, involve contracts. Yeah, it's signing of documents here and there. So a contract administrator ensures that agreements are followed, deadlines are met, and disputes are avoided. And this job is very valuable because a single contract mistake can cost a company millions of dollars. So they need experts. Now, this role exists in multiple industries, both in construction, in law, in finance, and in IT. It's a great career for people who love detail-oriented work and they love to negotiate contracts. If you want an edge, you can also write your PMP or your PMI-CP so that it gives you an edge that, hey, I have the construction professional in built environmental project and I have an edge, in your application. But this career is high paying. My final one is requirement management specialist. Now, requirement management specialist could earn over $100 to $160K per year. One of the most overlooked but highly valuable roles in project management is requirement management specialist. Now, there's so many roles I've not talked about. For example, I didn't talk about program managers. That's another level. There are some other ones I didn't talk about, but let me just stop at number 9. So what do the requirement management specialists do? Every successful project starts with clear requirements. Now, if a company is launching a new software, building a power plant, or developing a new healthcare system, they need someone to gather, document, and validate the requirements before even the work begins. That's where a requirement management specialist comes in. They work with stakeholders to make sure that every project has well-defined, realistic, and achievable goals. Now, why is this job in high demand? There are so many poorly defined project requirements that leads to overruns, leads to delay, leads to failed projects. So you need a requirement specialist from the start. Okay? Every industry, tech, construction, healthcare, finance, IT, they need a requirement expert. You have PMP. This is a place you can also look into. If you are detail-oriented and love working with different teams, this is an amazing role. Okay, and you can work in the tech and IT industry, Amazon, Google, IBM, or AI projects. You can work in finance and banking, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Capital One. You can work there. You can work in healthcare and government, CDC, Department of Defense. You can work in Health Canada. You can work in diverse places as a requirement specialist. If you love organizing ideas, working with different teams, and ensuring project success, this is a highly paying career you should consider. There you have it, 9 high-paying project management jobs that aren't called project managers. Which of these careers sounds most interesting to you? Drop a comment below because I read every single one and I will respond. Now, if you find this valuable, please smash the like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notification bells for more high-paying career insights. See you in the next video.